Drunkenly Educated is a show where we answer all of your science questions. We are always drunk on this show, so don't take anything we say or do as fact or opinion. We're just graduate students who decided to start a podcast to pay off our student loans. It's for fun. Now relax, grab a drink, and listen responsibly.
So, alcohol doesn't boil out of... What are we drinking again?
Blue wine.
You didn't boil the alcohol out of it.
I need to look this up because I don't believe you.
The boiling point of ethanol is relatively low, but the sugars keep it in.
Hold on. Let me look on Google. Will boiling alcohol
Don't Google it. Just...
kill its effect? I wanted to say denature it, but that's fine.
No, you know about interactions on the intermolecular level.
Hold on. Blah, 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 blah. Despite starting to boil much sooner than water does. What? Okay. Alcohol doesn't really cook out of food in most cases. Okay. Well, my entire life is a lie. I was operating under the assumption that it did because at a very young age, I started making brandy bread because it's great around the holidays. And so you put brandy in it and it cooks out, right?
Yeah.
So are you telling me that my brandy bread actually has brandy in it?
Yeah.
That's very unfortunate. We give that to small children.
Yes! Yes! I love giving alcohol to children. Welcome to Drunkenly Educated. My name is Anthony Goulash Acuna.
And my name is Kate the Space Sabo.
You really need to coordinate these middle name things.
I don't think so. I think it's perfect.
Cool.
The way that it is.
Well, you're
And you're listening to Drunkenly Educated. Today we are drinking Glühwein that I made. If you guys don't know, Glühwein is basically just a German or Austrian spiced wine. And it is a dry wet red wine mixed with cloves and cinnamon and orange peels. And it ends up being, we also put rum in ours just for like a little kick, you know? And it turns into this wonderful holiday beverage. And if you are of legal drinking age, then you should hop on this crazy train because it's fucking delicious and it makes you feel like Christmas on the inside, even though it's only the middle of October.
I get them jingling feelings on the inside, and it's Christmas.
Technically, Christmas doesn't start until November 26th.
No, there's already Christmas.
I will die on that
There's
hill.
already Christmas trees in the stores. Christmas has already started.
Nope.
Yep.
November 26th.
Nope.
That's the earliest that I start Christmas. It infuriates most of the
You're
people
late on
around
Christmas.
me.
I already have all my Christmas presents.
My birthday is November 25th, and my birthday is in fall, so Christmas can't start until November 26th.
Birthday's basically on Christmas.
And it's time to die.
Well, that's been the episode. My co-host just died.
Rather unfortunate. Hang him back.
What the fuck? This is the spooky time, so now Kate's a zombie.
Woo!
And from hence on, she will be Kate the zombie. We have questions from you.
Oh.
Or actually, no, we got science news.
Ask Science, Kate. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That was actually very derivative of another podcast that I watched, so maybe you cut that out.
Stop. You can't tell people that we steal ideas from other podcasts and use them.
Plagiarism makes the world go round, literally.
Our job, we would literally lose our entire careers if we were caught plagiarizing.
Okay, then what's your science news, Anthony?
My science news.
Wait, hold on. I said that with a full mouth. Can I re-say it?
Yeah, you're eating while recording the pod show. I keep saying a word and then giving up on the word halfway and then saying a different word.
Maybe we should stop doing that.
No, it's actually fun. I like creating new words in the lexicon.
Okay.
Can I give my news? Because my news is fun.
I'm just gonna redo what I said with a full mouth.
Okay, say it again.
What's your science news, Anthony?
My science news.
Science news.
Oh yeah, Jupiter isn't the queen of moons anymore.
Jupiter is not the queen of moons anymore?
Yeah, it doesn't have the most moons anymore.
Who does?
Saturn. Saturn has all the moons and all the rings, and it's the most blinged out planet. It's a planet ever. There's also like a thing on Twitter on where like there are people who discovered the moons are like asking like, what do we call Saturn's moons? I'm really pushing for Moony.
I did see that you said something on our Twitter account.
Yeah, you shouldn't let me tweet.
Nope. It was very bad. I was like, wow, people out there are going to think that I'm saying this bullshit.
Yeah, you really should just... I told you to take over it.
I think I'm going to change the password on the Twitter account.
Oh. Fine. Then I'll make an anti-drunkenly educated account.
That literally goes against everything you're working for, but that's fine.
Yes, it does.
I have science news.
What is your science news?
Apparently, they came up with a new way to analyze dinosaur fossils.
Other than carbon dating?
Yes. Something about like radio dating protein residues.
Oh, that makes sense.
And they discovered that some dinosaurs, like the big old ones, were probably...
Name 3 big old ones.
I can do that right now.
Can you name 3 dinosaurs?
Allosaurus, Deinonychus, Tyrannosaurus fucking Rex, ya bitch. Can you bleep those out?
The dinosaurs or the...
My bitch.
Oh yeah, this is a PG-13. This is a PG con. I think we know I've cussed. I've had to have cussed at least 5 times already.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
I guess we'll just keep the PG. Nope, we're rated
PG-13 is only fuck. One fuck.
One fuck. Fuck. We've. Damn
that
it.
That was 4 right there. Bitch! Young Shaq West and I'm getting really rich. I would really like to listen to Mobamba right now.
We can't have a Mobamba break, and we can't play that because they probably won't let us use the rights to their song. Actually, you can play 10 seconds of it.
All you need is a fuck shit bitch.
You can play 10 seconds of it, and we won't get copyrighted.
Anyway, what I was going to say was these dinosaurs, these like big old boys.
These big old beefy boys?
Big old beefy boys. They, 2-legged dinosaurs. I feel like I should specify that. They're probably warm-blooded, or they probably were warm-blooded and not cold-blooded because we assume the dinosaurs are reptiles, you know.
Birds are warm-blooded.
Are they? I don't know anything about anything. I fucking hate birds. I really like snakes, though.
I'm a bird person. I really want a duck. I would honestly trade a dog for a duck.
What?
They kind of sound like that. I don't know. Ducks are just cool. You don't know what ducks sound like.
I know what geese sound like, and it's a scream out of the depths of hell. Would you like another Kit Kat?
Yeah, sure. This episode is brought to you by Kit Kat.
Kit Kat is not sponsoring us, so it's not brought to you by Kit Kat.
Kit Kat will keep giving you free advertisement if you send us 1 packet of king-size Kit Kat.
We only need 1.
So, I have a question for you. Do you think as scientists, we're on some kind of list? Like a government watch list?
I find it hard to believe that the government cares about us, but I also do believe that the government is watching us at all times.
I know, like it's like scientists is like chemists in general, because like I had to order benzene today, and benzene's a very controlled substance because it could be used to make meth. I feel like that put me on a list. Also, I was earlier Googling how to make TNT. I also was looking up uranium class.
Why?
Because it's really cool. It like glows and under a black light, and it's just radioactive glass. It has uranium bits in it. But I feel like that put me on like a chemical watch list. Like,
for sure.
This guy, if he wasn't in a lab, would probably be making drugs. But since he is a lab and he is making drugs, he's okay.
Maybe. I once looked up how to make meth when I was working at Point Loma because they're... Oh, I shouldn't have said the university name. Can I redo that?
I'll add another university.
I'm just going to...
What university should I add? What university do you hate?
I don't know.
San
I'm just
Diego
gonna start
State
over.
University.
No. Okay, ready? So at my old university, I looked up how to make meth. And it was very easy. There aren't very many like steps, and the chemicals that you need are like pretty basic, right? So I worked as a TA, and as TAs, we had access to all of the chemical stock rooms and like all of the equipment and stuff. Like our key cards got us into literally everything, which is not how it is at our current university. Everything is very controlled, and the stock room gives you all of the chemicals that you need.
No, our key cards got us in there.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyway, at my old university, it was just like super accessible, and I could get anything that I wanted. And I was like, maybe I should start making meth.
Are you confessing right now to the crime that you made meth?
I did not make meth.
Guys, we got her. This has actually been a sting where I've been wearing a wire this entire time.
That's very concerning. No, I didn't make math, but it would have been not that far of a stretch because I could have gotten into the labs at any time. This is me encouraging other universities
there's only one part of math that's actually a hard reaction to do. Yeah, look it up. Get on the list. Government's already watching you.
The government is literally watching every single thing that you do. So anything you Google is fine. I don't know if I already said this. It just like concerns me. One of my labbies, we were talking about chemical formulas of things, right? And he listed off this formula that I like didn't know, and I was like, oh, what is that? And he said, I don't really want to tell you. I was like, oh, so it's something to make a fucking bomb then.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them, but no, you can't make a bomb from like a singular compound.
I know.
Combustion reactions don't work like that.
Maybe it's a key.
It's most
component.
It's most likely a drug.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I don't feel like he's a druggie. Oh, one time one of my labbies asked me to go to the bathroom, and I was like, for sure. They still asked me to go to the bathroom, which is concerning. They've been in college
12.
for 7-8 weeks now. We're more than halfway done with our first semester.
Oh, fuck. I have done nothing. I have done 3 experiments in lab, and 2 of them have failed.
I would encourage you to just, like, do more.
I'm trying. I'm very busy.
Anyway, she walked out and then walked back in, and I was like, holy fuck, it smells like weed in here. She had just, like, taken
She blazed it?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is blatant. Like, you didn't even try to hide this.
Nope, she just went out into the middle of the room. Mm-hmm. Probably in the hallway.
Yeah. And just... Maybe she had a vape pen. I don't know anything about weed.
Don't vape. Kids don't vape. It's not cool.
It's also not safe.
People judge you for vaping.
Yes, I judge people very harshly.
If you're going to smoke, use a cigarette or an actual doobie.
Or don't smoke.
Or pull out a bong. Just do something cooler than vaping. There's many other ways to get drugs in your system.
And street cred.
I found out that a professor at our institution used to grind up ibuprofen. Like when his muscles hurt, he ground up ibuprofen, dissolved it in DMSO, and then just rubbed it on his arm where his muscles hurt. Because DMSO absorbs into the skin, but it's not technically harmful. And it carries whatever is dissolved in it with it. So like if you want a quick way of getting ibuprofen, dissolve it in DMSO and rub that shit on yourself. And you'd smell like rotten eggs, but like old chemistry is weird.
That's so concerning.
It's very concerning. People in my lab today were talking about we were talking about old chemistry.
What is old chemistry?
Like the old techniques that chemists used to do that would now seem like crazy unsafe. Like they would we have pipettes.
Mouth pipetting.
Mouth pipetting.
I love mouth pipetting. That's the funniest thing. Literally the funniest shit.
For people who don't know what mouth pipetting is currently chemists, when we have to get a small amount of a liquid, we have like almost a glass needle and a little plastic bulb on the end that we use to like suck up and distribute the liquids where we want to. They did not have the bulb. So instead of using the bulb to suck it up, they would use their mouth, suck it up in their mouth, not all the way in their mouth, just keep it in there, and then release it into wherever they wanted. And they were doing this shit with like mercury and acid, and yeah, they were just killing themselves, and it was great.
I have a fun mercury story. Have I told you this before?
You have a mercury story?
Yeah,
you have an HCl story.
I do. I feel like I've already told that
You
one.
have not told the HCl story.
Oh, I'll save that one for another time. Also, the Mercury one is very bad. So I hesitate. Like, once I tell my Mercury story, it's like we're like homies.
Okay, you have to say it now.
Okay, you ready?
Everyone's listening.
When I was a child.
When you were a child.
I had a thermometer. And I broke it. And it was a mercury thermometer. And I thought that the mercury was so cool.
Mercury is very cool.
Yes, it's so cool because it's like metal, but it's like,
Yeah.
And so I cleaned up the thermometer, but did not throw the mercury away. And I kept mercury in my childhood bedroom for upwards of 3 years. And once in a while, I would just touch it, So there's a very real likelihood that I gave myself severe mercury poisoning, like as a child. And I think that's partially why I am the way that I am.
That actually explains a lot of how crazy you are.
Yes.
You gave yourself Mad Hatter disease.
Yes, I did. I did. Yeah. So that's fun.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
But it was really cool because, like, one time in university, I went to my professor's office and he was like, "Have you ever seen mercury before? Like, look at this." I looked at it, I'm like, I like shouldn't touch that.
I want to. I grew up touching it. No,
yeah.
Well, I get that.
So that's my backstory. That's why I am the way that I am.
That makes sense. I had a recent run-in with, well, not a run-in. I was recently playing with a mercury. The person at the stock room at our university, he gave me a plastic container, small like test tube size. Mm-hmm. He tossed it to me and I catch it, and the thing's like 7 pounds.
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm like,
so heavy.
What is in this? And it's like, oh, that's just mercury. It's like, oh, cool. This could potentially kill me.
Yes,
just in my hand.
Just make you fucking crazy.
And I'm like, oh, this is like, I was like playing around with it, and then I took it into my lab. Like, everyone hold this.
It's so heavy.
Yeah, it's oddly like it's unsettlingly like dense.
Yes.
Should we actually answer questions?
Yeah, we should answer questions. Side note. My friend sent me a question, but Brandon asked.
No. Does he have a handle?
No, it's literally over text.
Does he have a handle?
He doesn't. Anywhere.
Really?
Wait, no, mate. He has an Instagram.
Is Brandon off the grid?
I think he would like to be. Brandon is a youth pastor. Is that too much information?
No, that's.
Brandon wants to know, how much force would it take to pull apart an atom?
No, I'm doing the math in my head. I don't want to bother people with math. To pull apart an atom, like
into protons, neutrons, electrons?
To separate the nucleus?
I think so.
To make an atomic bomb?
Nuclear binding energies, or the energy required to break up a nucleus into its individual nucleons, are on the order of a few mega electron volts per nucleon. So 1 electron volt is about 1.6 times 10 to the negative 19 joules. And
Kate's brain just stopped working.
well, I just started reading this answer and it didn't help at all. The energy on the pair of protons in a helium-4 nucleus, so helium-4,
Okay.
is around 1.15 times 10 to the negative 13 joules. So the Coulomb force would be 14.4 newtons repulsing the 2 protons in a single helium atom. So
Oh, that's relatively
I guess
small.
that's a lot for a single atom. 14.4 newtons.
Oh.
Newtons. Sorry.
Newtons.
That's my bad. I said coulombs and then went to newtons. So newtons. But for an atom, that's a lot. How much is hand force?
I don't know. I got beefy hands.
How many newtons does my hand have?
How much force can I generate with my fists?
How many newtons can my hand exert? That's a good...
Yeah, that's a great word. Exert.
A boxer's hand can produce 5,000 newtons during punching. So I feel
That's
like that's
punching.
a
That's
good
not grabbing,
frame
though.
of reference. If you're
So you could punch atoms away?
probably. The answer to this question is a lot for an atom, not very much for us. So if we had a way to grip onto atoms and just wrench them apart, probably wouldn't be that much work.
But also, if you did that, you would be causing an incredibly huge explosion.
Yes. So don't do that. Also, maybe just don't ask questions about nukes because that's concerning.
Yeah. We're already on a list. We can't talk about nukes more.
We cannot. We've already said the word bomb on this a couple times.
We said bomb. Gave the 2 ingredients. I gave 2 of the 3 ingredients to make dynamite. You've talked about making meth.
I have. How do you make black tar heroin?
I don't know. I could probably figure out like a retrosynthesis and post it online.
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, but you could also go to Bakersfield
and just buy some.
Yeah, just buy some.
I'll do that when I'm home this weekend.
Yeah, cool.
I don't live in Bakersfield. You guys don't know where I live.
We live in sunny San Diego.
Sunny San Diego.
Where everyone's at least an 8.
Hey, you want to hear a joke?
What?
What do you call a waffle lying on the beach?
What?
A San Diego.
I'm too drunk. I thought that was funny. Also, like,
funny.
San Diego has made me immune to hot people.
Really?
Yeah, like, I see, like, an attractive person, but, like, I do not give 2 shits about them because I do not know who they are personally. Like, physical attractiveness means nothing to me right now.
That's so good.
I know. It's both good and bad because I actually have to get to know people to tell if I like them.
And that is concerning. You should be doing that anyway. I decided that when I go to France, I'm going to download Bumble so that I can meet.
You gonna fuck in France?
I'm kind of concerned about going to France because my body is very vulnerable to infection when I go to other countries.
I mean, yeah, you need to get your shots.
What if you were an anti-vaxxer? What would you say to me if this is a science question that someone posted.
You just asked this. we have questions lined up, but we're not going to use them today.
No, these are all... Maybe today is just us asking science questions back and forth that we want to know that we don't have unique answers to, so we have to ask the other person.
Okay. Well, what do I say to you if you were a vaxxer?
I'm an anti-vaxxer, and I don't believe in vaccines. This is a theoretical situation. Okay, yeah. Of course, I have all my fucking vaccines because I'm not a crazy person. But in this situation, I'm an anti-vaxxer. And I read that paper in the, I can't remember the journal.
That one paper?
The one paper that was like, vaccines cause autism. And I love my baby. So, not that, oh no.
I have like 1,000 things to say right now.
I know. I don't want my child to have autism because I don't want their life to be harder. So I'm not going to vaccinate them.
Okay. One, the scientist that wrote that paper has been discredited and lost his PhD and lost basically his entire career. And every paper that paper and many other papers that he has written have been redacted, and it's true even as false. Also, there's this thing called mass immunization that our species does to get rid of the majority of like pandemic diseases like smallpox and malaria. And
malaria is still around, but did you know that smallpox only exists in 2 places in the world now?
Yeah, and they're very controlled places.
Yes. One is in Russia, one is in the US.
Yeah, I think it's in Washington.
Yes, and the other one in Russia is deep, deep, deep underground and ice.
Yeah, the one in Washington, they're still doing research on. They're going to try to combine them with the cold and make a super...
That feels bad.
By not vaccinating, you're allowing these diseases to come back into society. And yes, although we are vaccinated, we do not have the built-up immune system to fight the full virus. And you could potentially be causing a, I don't want to say apocalypse, but I'm going to say apocalypse.
Like the Black Plague.
Yeah, like that whole...
Smallpox.
Yeah, smallpox was a big thing. I did like...
Well, that was bubonic plague.
Yeah, the Black Plague is bubonic because there's a rat. Smallpox was...
I feel like smallpox is also rat.
I don't know. It's a derivative of the chickenpox. That's why kids...
I feel like chickenpox is a derivative of smallpox.
It was. That's actually like how like one of the first vaccines was found. Like kids who got the chickenpox did not get smallpox. So that is why they had when a child got chickenpox, like in a community, everyone's everyone's parents would send all the kids to that one kid, so they all would get chickenpox. Mm-hmm. One, they don't get chickenpox again because apparently if you get them as an adult, it's deadly.
Yes.
Also, it helps stop smallpox. The idea of the vaccines, which is vaccines give you a small, almost taste of a virus so that your body can learn how to combat it when the real thing comes. It just gives your white blood cells the antibodies it needs. Essentially, that's what's been doing forever. The earliest I know is this chicken pox, but I'm sure it's been happening before. Like, it was happening before that.
Do you have a question?
No.
You do. I can see it right there.
That's not a question. I don't know. I was thinking about that question. I don't want to do that question.
I like that question.
I like this question.
Oh my god.
What? You want to do this question?
I love that question.
Phil asks, good old Phil,
Philly boy.
where does Earth's oxygen come from?
Well, Phil, way back when the universe started by God or the Big Bang or whatever, we're not talking about an origin story. Everything happened. Something exploded.
Dodged a bullet there.
And
all of your theories are true, and that's not part of our question.
yeah. Anyway, so then every single atom in the universe was created. Everything. So there's all the oxygen, all the nitrogen, all the helium, all the hydrogen. Awesome. Then Earth. Woo! I don't really know how Earth came about, but then we developed an atmosphere and stuff got trapped down here. Okay, so we had a set amount of oxygen. Awesome.
We still have a set amount of oxygen.
Well, yeah, I'm getting there.
I'm sorry. Don't yell at me.
Then plants evolved from whatever they evolved from, right? And these plants use carbon dioxide in order to photosynthesize. And as a byproduct, these plants create oxygen. Woo! So, fixed amount of oxygen in the atmosphere, but also plants are generating oxygen. And humans, believe it or not, use oxygen to breathe. Woo!
Fucking normie, you still use oxygen to breathe?
Do you not?
No, I photosynthesize.
And
I just glued a lot of plants to my body and stand outside.
I was wondering why you had become so green lately.
Yeah.
Because of all that chlorophyll.
Yep. Injected it right into my cells.
And that
It was extremely painful.
is concerning.
I've been in a lot of pain. I'm actually right now in the night cycle of my photosynthesis. I'm just burning a lot of sugar right now.
Okay.
Because plants still do other
Yes.
processes other than photosynthesis.
Of course they do. Do plants sleep? Plants breathe. There's a cool video of that.
Freaking stroma.
Anyway, so
That's where plants breathe from.
I'm talking about where Earth's oxygen comes from. So the short answer is that all of the oxygen that there ever was has always been here. But the long answer is that when humans use oxygen to breathe, they also expel carbon dioxide, and plants take that in, and they use that to do their own form of breathing. And as a byproduct, they produce oxygen. So it's this big happy cycle, and the lesson of the story is plant some trees, because then maybe the Earth won't die.
It got very dark. The Earth won't die, as most of the Amazon is on fire.
It's still on fire?
I have no idea. The media stopped covering it.
The media doesn't care about anything.
Yeah, they don't care anything past a week. So that means people probably stopped caring about it.
Is the Amazon still on fire? Yes, 4 days ago.
It's still on fire as of 4 days ago?
As of 2 days ago.
Oh, great.
But also, the Amazon is very big, and it's almost always on fire because ranchers just like burn trees in order to clear more room. Humanity fucking sucks.
Actually, it's our main land source of oxygen. Most of our
Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah, most of our oxygen comes from rainforests.
I don't know. Most of it comes from our ocean.
What?
Yeah.
No, most of the oxygen comes from the rainforests. Something like, I can't believe you're making me look this up.
I'm pretty sure, because there was a lot aquatic plants that photosynthesize a whole lot better.
Fuck!
Am I right?
Yeah, most of Earth's oxygen comes from phytoplankton.
Woo! I'm right. 1 point for Anthony. That's 3 for me. 2 for Kate.
What? We haven't been keeping track of points this whole time!
Yes, we have.
Anyway, so phytoplankton, that's cool. Phil. Your name's Phil. Our oxygen also comes from phytoplankton. So...
Yeah, it's mostly from phytoplankton. But also the rainforest is very important.
Of course it is. Trees help us. Have you ever seen that Doctor Who episode where the trees grow all over the earth overnight and people are like, holy fuck, the trees are taking over the earth. And then they're like, we gotta kill the trees. But then it turns out that there's a massive solar flare coming and the trees just grew up to protect the earth with their oxygen from the solar flare.
Is that David Tennant? No, that's not David
No,
Tennant.
it was Matt Smith.
That's Matt Smith. I've seen all of Matt Smith. I have not seen all of David Tennant.
Have you not? How could you not?
I like Matt Smith. David Tennant's okay.
10 is the best Doctor.
Says everyone.
Yeah, because he's fucking hot. Also Harry Potter.
He's in like 5 minutes of Harry Potter.
No, that's not true. He's in at least 7.
And he does the tongue thing for like 3 of them. You're doing the tongue thing and it's weird.
I love the tongue thing. Tongue. Tongue is spelled very weirdly.
Tongue.
Tongue.
You know,
how do you say tongue? Lingua. That's tongue in
Lingua.
Spanish. Lingua.
There's
Fuck.
an E, not an I.
I know.
Spanish doesn't really use I's.
Zunge.
What's that mean?
German.
Oh,
I mean, it means tongue in German.
okay. Any other ways to say tongue?
Nope. Those are the only 2 languages I have.
You should learn a third.
I'm trying to learn French right now. Comment c'est pas?
Bien, you too?
No. Je suis Kate. J'habite in California.
Your name is Kate?
J'ai un croissant. Nope, that's fucking... I don't know what language that was. Hold on.
It's Spanish.
J'ai un croissant et une billet d'avion.
You want a croissant
I have a croissant and a plane ticket.
and a plane ticket.
That's all I know how to say. That's literally all I'm going to be able to say when I'm there.
You have to have a croissant your entire time then.
Yes, that I don't even know how that is. Like, and if I will have a croissant or a baguette the entire time that I'm there.
How do you say baguette?
Baguette.
Okay, so you just have to always have a form of pastry. Actually, not even a form. You have to either have a baguette or a croissant.
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 Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho. Oui, oui, oui. Wow, I'm getting very inappropriate right now.
What?
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 No, I didn't want to culturally appropriate.
Speaking of cultural appropriation, it was Indigenous Peoples Day yesterday.
Yeah, fuck Columbus.
Donald Trump posted about Christopher Columbus. He said, "Happy Columbus Day, everyone."
Oh no!
And I was like,
I think everyone was like that.
Yeah, it was very, very bad, and I wanted to die. But also, I saw another woman who said Happy Columbus Day, and just as an added, she dressed up as like an Indian, like a Native American. Sorry, that was bad. I said Indian. It was bad.
You should have gotten yesterday off for school.
For Indigenous Peoples Day?
Yeah.
Well,
any holiday, any name date.
It kind of grates on my nerves that we don't have a fall break.
We do. It's Thanksgiving.
No. At private schools, you get both a Thanksgiving break and a fall break.
At private schools where I paid lots of money to get the same education.
It's not the same education.
To get education.
A better education.
A better education with some religious content mixed in.
That's true.
We get fall break, winter break, and summer break, as well as spring break. We break all of the seasons.
We do. You guys only get spring break, don't you? We got spring and Easter break.
The fuck?
Yeah, we got 2 weeks.
We got 2 break.
I fucking hate public schools. Why did I go to a public school?
Why are you here?
I like San Diego.
You like the hot people? And...
I love Kimmy and I love the ocean. I have a question.
What's your question?
Achilles asked, "Is your weakness your heel?"
I would hate being called Achilles because everyone would know my weakness off the bat. Or at least they would assume my weakness. What's your weakness?
Mine? Commitment. How can one punch kill a person? Where must the fist land in order to kill another human? Can the average male of height and weight kill a man with one punch? I would like to finish this question with a "What the fuck, Achilles? Why are you asking this question?"
No, I understand why Achilles is asking this question, because since everyone knows his weakness, he has to one-shot everyone.
This is true.
Since everyone can one-shot him by stepping on his heel, he has to be able to one-shot everyone else. So he's trying to find the human weakness, which is the throat. A swift, good punch to the throat will close the windpipes and suffocate the person. They'll only be saved by a tracheotomy. Which is actually easy to produce.
Yes.
I could easily do a tracheotomy.
Mm-hmm. You just have to...
I need a knife and a straw. But actually, no, straws are now illegal in California.
But I carry around my own reusable straw. It's metal.
Yeah.
It's not sterile, but if you're dying.
So yeah, everyone carry around their own straw in case you need to have in case you need to do or have an emergency tracheotomy.
Mm-hmm.
Because we sacrificed our own lives for sea turtles.
Sea turtles.
But I also get that.
The turtles were here before we were, so
that is true. Yeah, we should just give the land back to the turtles.
We, as humans, should just either stop existing or leave. But also, leaving would be hard because then we'd be encroaching on someone else's territory. Like, what if people live on Mars? Do people even think about that? Like, oh, let's just go colonize Mars. Fuck! Are we Columbus now? Are we just colonizing wherever the fuck we want to?
And we're gonna have another Indigenous People Day, but it's like Martians Day.
Yeah, and we're gonna be like the fuckers that took over Mars, and the Martians are gonna be like, oh, it's Earth Day, but really it'll be Martian Day.
Actually, there's quite a bit of people who already think that. Yeah, people think there was life on Mars already. I mean, we found like bacteria on Mars.
Yeah, and that's life, right?
Yeah, those bacteria are essentially the first Martians, but like people thought there was an actual civilization on Mars, crumbled in its own hubris or something.
That's how humanity is going to end.
Okay, how can one punch kill a man?
I think you answered it.
Did
to
I?
the throat, you collapse their windpipe. They
There's
can't breathe.
other places to punch a guy to kill him. If you go give a quick knuckle punch to the temple, then no, you can't kill someone by punching them on the nose.
Yes, you can, because you break their nose and push it up into their brain. It stabs them.
Okay.
They die.
Okay, you have to break the nose. You have to basically break the face bone.
Yes.
Break the head bone. You could Mortal Kombat style. Actually, no, it's not Mortal Kombat. It's the Mummy. You could like punch through their chest and like pull out their beating heart.
No.
And go all Kali Ma.
Achilles wants to know realistically how to kill a person. So you said collapse their windpipe. I said stab their nose into their brain.
And then I said punch them in the temple.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Like here?
Is there any not yet? Or that's not where your temple is. Your temple is like go from the top of your ear.
Here. This is my temple.
Yeah.
Because there's like a break.
It's where it's where your eyebrow ends. Mm-hmm. Unless you got really long eyebrows. Really nice people, you should manicure your eyebrows. It really makes the face.
Yeah, you should. If you're not doing your eyebrows, please start doing your eyebrows.
I went to the barbershop this last weekend, and they did my eyebrows.
Did they really?
They did
Did they pluck them or wax them?
They waxed them. There's this new thing called like barbershop therapy, and it is the best thing ever. Like you get your haircut still, but like then you also get like a massage.
That sounds horrible.
You get. I know you hate it. You get contact.
Yes.
You get like a massage. You get a warm towel. You get a nice they do like a nice razor blade shave and like sometimes
your face does look very smooth.
Thank you. I actually have a very strict facial care like daily treatment.
That's good. My skin looks like shit right now, but honestly, couldn't care less.
You gotta do face masks and moisturize daily. You also can't be that stressed. Stress
I am completely stressed.
Stress and sugar make people break out. Also dairy.
Well, good thing I'm not doing dairy anymore. I'm trying to look for a good probiotic yogurt that is made out of coconut milk.
So you can rub it on your face?
So that I can eat it, and while I'm taking my antibiotics, I can't think of the word that I want to use. While I'm taking, at the same time.
Okay.
Concurrently,
yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. Or you could say together.
No, like as I'm taking my antibiotics, concurrently build up my gut bacteria. Yeah. As I'm killing my gut bacteria, I'm building it up.
Yeah, you're basically doing natural selection with your gut.
I could also do that with kombucha. Fun story, I left my kombucha in the fridge for too long and it over-fermented. It's so fizzy now, and every time I drink it, I burp.
Can I have some? I just want to burp in class.
Yes, but also it's the first kombucha of mine that I want you to try. I want it to be like fresh off the presses. Right now, it's so fermented, you probably won't like it.
You want to give out your best. You want to give me your best.
Yes.
I get that. You keep talking up your kombucha.
This last batch was so fucking good. It was so good.
Then the heck.
I'm going to redo what I did with this one. And I'm going to, because I modeled it off of another like an actual like brand name kombucha recipe. And I'm going to give you that, and I'm going to give you mine, and see if you can tell which one is the real one.
I have a very, very strong palate. I think I will be able to tell. But then again, I also work in a chem lab. I could literally feel myself dying from just breathing in those rooms. I had to open the chemical fridge today, and I lost, I'd say, a month of my life.
I've lost so much time off of my life due to all of the things that I've done in chem labs.
Or just in your room playing with Mercury. Mostly the Mercury.
It's probably mostly the Mercury. You know, I really do think about that a lot. How do you just tell someone, like, hey, the reason that I can't, like, do other people or, like, any real social things is because I'm fucking crazy because I poisoned myself with mercury at a very young age.
Oh, I told people my parents dropped me.
Yeah, but everyone's parents drop them.
Yeah. Well, my dad didn't drop me. He just wasn't watching me when I was on the playground. And, like, you know those like the metal bars that you can kind of climb up and then just go up?
Mm-hmm.
Or this one was kind of at an angle. So, like, when I fell, I hit my head on the first one. And then it went boop. And I kept hitting my head as I went down.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, but it's okay. I'm still kind of smart. I have a very important question for you, Miss Sabo. Jacob, your good old friend Jacob.
Jakey boy.
Jakey boy, Jakey Bakey.
I want some popcorn. Do you have popcorn?
Yeah, we can make popcorn.
Do you really have popcorn?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Hold on, let me ask the question. We'll get popcorn later. Jacob asks, can Pluto be reclassified as a planet? I watched a recent episode of Nova on PBS where they took a closer look at Pluto and found out it had a lot of characteristics of being a planet. They even named a part of it after the man who originally discovered it. So can Pluto be a planet? We grew up, actually.
Do you remember when they declassified Pluto as a planet?
Yeah, then they went back on it, and then they went back on the reback.
Yeah.
They kept cock teasing us with Pluto.
I don't like that you said that. I'm going to ignore it.
They keep pussy teasing us with Pluto.
I hate that you said that. I'm going to ignore that you said it.
They keep genitaling us, teasing us with Pluto.
And I feel like when you listen back to this later, you're going to regret everything that you're doing. So
I'm
maybe
just making
you
it
should
gender neutral.
go make some popcorn.
No.
Go to the kitchen. If you're all about gender neutrality, then get to the kitchen and make me some fucking popcorn.
Fine, but I won't make you a sandwich because
that's just derivative.
I don't have bread.
Good. I am trying to be gluten-free. I'm trying to make my diet align more with my lovers. Can Pluto be reclassified as a planet? Pluto has planetary characteristics, but there's a reason that they declassified it as a planet, right? It wasn't big enough to be planetary status. And so they took it away, which is kind of sad. But honestly, the title dwarf planet is kind of cute. If I was Pluto, I'd be perfectly happy to be classified as a dwarf planet. Because then you're still a planet, quote unquote, but you aren't really, you know? I don't think they'll ever reclassify Pluto as a planet, but I do recognize the generational trauma that we all experienced when Pluto was declassified as a planet.
All the songs that they sang now have to come up with a new ending. Because they took away the end of the planet song.
And Anthony has experienced this loss especially hard.
Even Sailor Moon, they had to get rid of a Sailor Scout.
That seems like
there's no more Sailor Pluto.
Specific niche reference that you're making that many of our audience don't understand.
It's a 90s cartoon.
But it's also anime.
You didn't grow up with either, because you're not a 90s kid.
I am a 90s kid. I was alive in the 90s for 2.1 years.
How much ladies will I be able to pick up if I study physics? This is also by Achilles.
Achilles has some issues.
Okay, Achilles wants to kill a guy, but also pick up chicks. Yeah. I was thinking of getting into the more detailed and technical side of learning physics, instead of having a general overview of which doesn't require much study, because I'm a genius. I'm wondering how well it would do for me when it comes to the ladies.
Achilles, you sound like an absolute fucking tool. But
originally Achilles was cool. Now this just brought him down.
Yeah.
Because now he's a fucking nerd who wants to learn physics.
I will say that when I am looking for a guy, I normally only accept 3 disciplines that people have studied: computer science, engineering, and physics. That's all I will do. If anyone studies anything else, I'm literally just like,
Is every love of your life a philosophy major?
He's beautiful. He's literally beautiful. I'm just going to look at a picture of him right now. It's going to make me feel real sad inside.
Back to Achilles' question.
Yes, you will be able to pull some serious woman if you study physics.
Women weight?
I regretted it as soon as I said it, but I didn't want to say what I was going to say.
You're going to say mad puss?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Achilles, physics. You said Achilles. You only need a basic general knowledge to pull pussy. I'm going to stop saying pussy.
Yes, please.
Please
don't put the word pussy in our episode.
We've said it like 5 times.
Cut it all out. You can bleep it. I don't care, but it can't be in the episode.
What should I say instead?
Dick.
Okay, Achilles, you could pull whatever genitalia you want into your lap just through basic physics. Knowing more than basic physics will not get you more booty. I'll say booty. Booty. Everyone has a butt.
Booty's good.
Everyone has a butt. What are you doing? Put the chopsticks down. Kate, put the chopsticks down. You done? You're not done. I can see it in your face. You're not done.
I feel like Achilles is looking at all the wrong reasons to study physics.
I want to look at more of Achilles' questions.
We're not the Achilles podcast. Anyway, so physics is the way to go if you want to attract a girl that thinks you're smart. But also, if you're not smart and you go into physics, 1, you're going to wreck your life because physics is fucking hard. And secondly, the girl, if she's going after you because you're into physics, is probably going after you because she thinks you're smart. And if you aren't, then she will leave you. So only go into physics if it's what you're really interested in. And you shouldn't make any of your life choices based on other people.
Also, Achilles says if in physics you'll learn about the laws of attraction, so that might work out for you too. But again, since people know your weakness, you should be on guard at all times. I think we have time for one more question.
You ready for this?
I'm fucking ready.
Mystery Guy, level 5 on Yahoo Answers.
Level 5? Shit.
Is this universe stable? Relative to me, it would generally appear stable. However, looking at it from a much larger stance, is it stable?
It's not fucking stable at all. Generally, most people are unstable. If you talk to either of us, we would say, or personally, well, some more than others. Yes, you are more unstable than I am.
This is true.
And plus, there's a thing called entropy.
I like entropy. I like entropy a lot.
What is entropy?
Entropy is the tendency of things to tend towards chaos. And everything has entropy. So literally the entire universe is moving towards a more chaotic arrangement of atoms, which therefore means that it is tending towards instability.
Yeah.
Because the less ordered atoms are, the more unstable something is.
Yeah. And all my atoms are just everywhere.
That seems like a you problem. So the moral of the story is, Mr. Guy, this universe is super unstable.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the very fact that we exist is just a physical anomaly.
Are we a paradox?
We don't make sense. Like, life itself, the fact that it has to exist in exactly this way in order for it to exist is just incredible. And just think, this is sidetrack, but also kind of relevant. Do you believe in the multiverse?
It's one of those theories that both can't be proven or disproven. So, like, why not play around with the theory that there are infinite amounts of other universes that could potentially have other makeups of life or other things?
Yeah. So, in case you guys don't know, the multiverse theory is just basically that there are an infinite amount of permutations of life and the universe. So for every decision that anyone on the earth makes, it splits off into like a different universe, right? Because you could have made a different decision there.
It's most commonly seen in like comic books. The Marvel multiverse and the DC multiverse are very popular. But that's nerd shit. We don't talk about that.
But also, in my high school physics class, we watched a movie when my teacher was too tired to teach on time and the multiverse theory. And I had a severe panic attack in class that day because thinking about the fact that there could be multiple universes out there gave me such bad anxiety that I started crying.
You had an existential crisis.
I did, in class.
I mean,
maybe that's why I don't like physics.
Yeah, it makes you think of the possible outcomes of everything, and it just if you go into the probability of it, like you will go insane if you try to think of all the iterations and outcomes that could have happened. That's why I like to focus on the now. It's one thing, and it's happening right now.
We should also do an episode where we do meditation.
All right, we have to get someone with a better voice because both of us are nasally as fuck.
I actually don't ever think about that when I'm talking. But when I get inebriated, I can like hear myself talk, and I sound like the stereotypical California girl.
Oh yeah, when people drink, mostly because of the sugar of the alcohol, we produce more mucus, so drunk people sound more nasally.
That's really unfortunate. Do you think that I can make my voice sound less nasally?
Try right now.
So, all of you, take a deep breath in. Hold. Release. Release.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you the first time.
Plant your feet on the ground.
I can't do that.
Both of them.
The mic isn't set up this way.
And pretend like from the soles of your feet, there are roots sinking deep into the earth. And your feet are attached to the earth, and they're connecting in the deepest possible way with all the atoms in the floor.
Am I doing nitrogen fixation?
I give up. This universe is unstable, mystery guy, okay? As you can see.
I'm sorry I ruined it by trying to be a smartass. I was actually kind of getting into it. I'm all for meditation and self-help, and we should have a self-help episode.
We should have a lot of episodes. All the episodes. We have many years until we graduate.
We have 2.5.
That's so many.
All right. I mean, if you think about it, if we do an episode a week like we currently are, we're going to have over 100 episodes by the end of this.
That's very concerning.
Why? That means we have to get drunk 104 times.
My liver is dying, so maybe once a year we should go in and make sure that our livers are okay.
Oh yeah, I'm already on a list to get a new one.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I don't believe in doctors. We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
I don't believe in them.
But
I don't believe in them. The only reason that doctors are good for anything is because they can give you prescriptions.
yeah, but they work. Well, the prescriptions work. But yeah, having someone to tell you what's wrong, you have the internet for that.
Do you have any other last remarks on is this universe stable?
I just know it's not. I mean, it's stable in the fact that it's still held together, kind of.
That's because we have these things called bonds.
Or dark matter.
Dark matter. That's a whole other thing. We should talk about space stuff.
Everyone wants to talk about the space stuff.
I love space.
Can we just talk?
Both outer space and personal space.
Let's not talk about space stuff. Let's talk about that one organism, though, that can survive in space. Motherfucking tardigrades. The best animal in the world.
They released tardigrades on the moon.
Yeah, and they fucking survive.
Yeah. That's very concerning. Basically, we don't even live on the moon yet, and we've already fucked it up. So, that's cool.
That was actually good.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
It's pitchy.
I mean, we're drunk and we're nasally, and we're already pitchy.
Anyway, so this universe is unstable. I've said that 5 times, but I really feel like I've gotten my point across.
I feel like you just keep trying to say you're unstable.
Well, that's a whole other thing. Let's leave off with this question right here.
Wait, hold on. We have to say goodbye to everyone.
Oh, right. So...
How do we end the show?
I forget. We need an outline that we look at.
We need like a whiteboard so we like just to keep us on track of shit.
Yes. That's for another day.
Yeah.
Next day.
It's never gonna happen.
Next day.
Next day, next episode.
Next day shipping. Amazon Prime. Jeff Bezos, give me $1 billion.
Bill Gates, give me $1 billion.
That's also true.
If you give us $1 billion, I will never. I would have no need to talk to any other human being in the world.
And on that note, this has been Drunkenly Educated. Thanks for listening. Thank you to our sponsors, our mothers who believe in us no matter what.
My mom doesn't believe in me.
The fact that is concerning.
No, she does. I love you, Mom.
Other people that live in this apartment that graciously allow us to record here, even though they hate me. And
she literally only comes over to get drunk.
And they don't appreciate it.
It's the funniest thing.
And also to all the people that asked us questions, because we would not be able to survive without you.
It's because of you that we get paid for this show. Hopefully sometime in the future. Still looking for a sponsor.
Stop self-promoting. It's too early.
We need to self-promote since the get-go.
Okay, I don't know anything about marketing. Anyway, so, yeah.
Also, spread the word. Leave us a like, or give us a good review. Give us that 5-star review on iTunes. We're cheap college students, and we don't pay to advertise the show. So it's all up to you on how well we do as a podcast. If you like our stuff, just spread it out, please. Follow our Instagram. And
spread it like melted butter, you motherfuckers.
Don't call the people that I'm asking to do I'm doing a call to action right now. Do not call them motherfuckers.
A call to action as a Christian, that's very triggering to me. Altar calls.
So, like many religions, I want you all to go out door to door.
Like Mormons or Jehovah's Witnesses.
And spread the word of Drunkenly Educated, this comedy-based educational podcast where drunken college students answer your questions.
Also, don't forget that you are also always welcome to leave us questions on Twitter or Instagram, and our handle is @drunkenlyedu.
I was actually asking, I was debating on we're TAs. We have to make quizzes quite regularly. I was debating on
that would have been so good. Sorry, you didn't even say what you were going to say, and I already knew what you were going to say.
I was gonna ask my students for a science question.
That's good. You should do that on the next one.
I will.
Anyway, that's the whole podcast. We are going to finish by leaving you with a question, as we always do, and Anthony is going to ask the question.
Oh fuck! That's a lot of words. Based on current trends, technology, and challenges, what is your best guess for when humans will step foot on Mars?
Bye, you guys. See you next time.
I love you.
And I feel strong towards you.
Why don't you love our fans?
Goodbye.